Yo, it's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get into it. So, ES Racist In is back at it again in these headlines. ESPN, an explosive video, disparaging video that comes out from it involves Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor. Now, Maria Taylor is the beautiful black queen that works for ESPN. She does the NBA Countdown show with Jalen Rose and Jay Williams, and I believe it's Adrian Wojciechowski. She does that show. And Rachel Nichols, back during the 2020 NBA Finals, said that Maria only got that job because ESPN was feeling pressured by their history of not having diversity during their coverage. So she basically said that Maria Taylor didn't get that job because she deserved it. It's only because they were trying to, have, more diversity as far as not just women, but black women, on during these countdown of the finals. There's a big story from the New York Times. Funny thing is about Rachel Nichols is, judging from this article, a lot of people have been complaining about Rachel Nichols. All right? And they were saying that nothing is being done about what happened with Rachel Nichols. And there's been a lot of backlash from people even around the ESPN confines. This is what was said. As the NBA playoffs started in May, the stars of the ESPN's marquee basketball show NBA Countdown discussed whether they would refuse to appear on it. They were objecting to a production edict from executives that believed was issued to benefit a sideline reporter and fellow star Rachel Nichols, despite comments she has made suggesting that the host of the NBA Countdown, Maria Taylor, had gotten that job because she is black and Nichols is white. A pre-show call with Taylor and the other commentators, Jalen Rose, Adrian Wojciechowski, and Jay Williams, as well as NBA Countdown staff members, had turned acrimonious, and Jimmy Pitaro, ESPN's president, had several phone conversations while at a family event to try to help smooth things over. Some of those involved saw the initial maneuvering as a sign of the network favoring Nichols, despite a backdrop of criticism from employees who complain that the sports network has long mishandled problems with racism. It had declined to discipline Nichols despite fury throughout the company over her remark, which she made during a phone conversation nearly a year ago after learning that she would not host coverage during the 2020 NBA Finals as she had been expecting. This is Rachel Nichols' comments. I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball, Nichols said in July 2020. If you need to give her more things to do because you are feeling pressure about your crappy, long-time record on diversity, which, by the way, I know personally from the female side of it, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. You are not going to find it from me or taking my thing away. Now, what she means by her thing is the NBA Finals coverage, which she's saying she was promised. ESPN had been trying and often failing to deal with the scandal for months, but a fast-approaching deadline is forcing the network to show at least some of its cards. Taylor's contract expires during the NBA Finals, which start Tuesday between the Phoenix Suns and Milwaukee Bucks. Yet few substantive steps have been taken toward a new deal, even though Pitaro has identified Taylor as one of ESPN's rising stars. Now, whether or not ESPN and Taylor agree on a contract, the eternal damage from the past year has been substantial. Now, the video, it was mid-July last year. Nichols was staying at the Coronado Springs Resort at the Walt Disney World near Orlando, Florida, confined to her room for 7 days because of the coronavirus protocols. Before the season resumed, she had with her a video camera so that she could continue appearing on ESPN shows Primary, The Jump, a daily NBA show she hosted since 2016. But as she was eyeing hosting duty for ESPN pregame and postgame shows during the playoffs and finals, the network's most important studio basketball programming, the host is the face-to-face ESPN's NBA coverage, and before the pandemic, both she and Taylor hosted different versions of the show. Now, what seemed to be this phone call with Adam Mendelsohn, the longtime advisor of the Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James, and James' agent Rich Paul. Nichols was speaking with him to request an interview with James and Lakers teammate Anthony Davis. She says here that she believes her bosses was advancing Taylor at her expense. I just want them to go somewhere else. It's in my contract. By the way, this job is in my contract in writing, Nichols told Mendelsohn, referring to the hosting coverage during the NBA Finals a few minutes after saying ESPN was feeling pressured about racial diversity. I'm going to see if I can play this clip. We're going to see if we can play the clip here because this is important. And the funny thing is, Kwame Brown mentioned Rachel Nichols. He mentioned Rachel Nichols. If people don't remember, Kwame Brown mentioned Rachel Nichols not long ago.
Said to me, hey, instead of hosting the NBA Finals, like, why don't you do Doris's sideline reporter job for the NBA Finals? Because guess what that would clear the way for? For Maria to do the hosting role. Yeah. So, I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And I'm trying to figure out, like, how to just, my thing is, like, I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, which by the way I myself know personally from the female side of it, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. You're not going to find it with me and take my thing away.
So that was excerpts of the Rachel Nichols and Adam Mendelsohn conversation, and it is now leaked out. ESPN, boy, they are something else. It is not clear why the camera was on, but most people at ESPN believe that Nichols, using new technology during a pandemic, did not turn it off properly. It was effectively the remote pandemic version of a hot mic incident. Now, here's my thing. ESPN has been long rumored to have a lot of racism and sexism inside that organization. If you remember, Stephen A. Smith got reprimanded and pretty much got a show taken away from him because of his comments that he made about a domestic violence dispute. I believe it was the Ray Rice situation, where he made comments like, sometimes women will push you to that limit. Not that I'm defending Ray Rice. I believe it was the Ray Rice situation, where he made that comment. And then Michelle Beadle, a white employee of ESPN that used to do this same show, this NBA Countdown show, She stepped up and complained about Stephen A. Smith and ended up getting Stephen A. Smith suspended. And at the end of the day, it ended up getting one of his shows taken away from him. I don't remember which show it was, but it was because of Michelle Beadle complaining. My thing is this. Kwame Brown, if you remember, when he first came out, that very first rant about Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, I believe they were talking to Rachel Nichols when this whole thing started. The very first rant from Kwame Brown, Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes were talking to Rachel Nichols. He made a comment like, and y'all talking to your master, Rachel Nichols, and we all know what Rachel Nichols is about. So Kwame Brown made notion to knowing what Rachel Nichols was about way back when he first started his takes and his rants. Now, multiple black ESPN employees said they told one another after hearing the conversation that it confirmed their suspicions that outwardly supportive white people talk differently behind closed doors. In a statement, Mendelsohn said, "I will share what I believed then and still believe to be true. Maria deserved and earned the position, and Rachel must respect it. Maria deserved it because of her work, and ESPN recognized that like many people and companies in America, they must intentionally change. Just because Maria got the job does not mean Rachel shouldn't get paid what she deserves. Rachel and Maria should not be forced into a zero-sum game by ESPN, and Rachel needed to call them out." Of course, he declined to answer follow-up questions about their conversation. Nichols said she reached out to Taylor to apologize through text and phone calls. Maria has chosen not to respond to these offers, which is completely fair and a decision I respect, Nichols said. And Taylor, of course, declined to comment. Maria Taylor is not going to, because Maria Taylor is one of those strong black women. Remember, she asked for Stephen A. Smith money from the jump. And she's the one who made that comment that dragged Drew Brees and pretty much forced Drew Brees into retirement. If you remember back, that was the rant of 2020, or the take of 2020, remember when Drew Brees made those comments about kneeling during the national anthem, and Maria Taylor dragged him for filth. I've never seen anyone dragged as bad as she dragged Drew Brees. And I'm sorry, Drew Brees played that whole entire year walking on eggshells because of that comment. And then his butt retired after that. So, now Maria Taylor, there has been rumors about her. Wait, we're not going to get into that. That's another video for another day. But this is obvious racism still going on at ESPN, and that's how a lot of those white folks do. Talk, smile in your face, behind their back you talk trash, mad and stuff, because you don't got cash. So, Nichols said recording of the video by ESPN colleague was hurtful. I was shaking that a fellow employee would do this, and that other employees, including some of those within the NBA project, had no remorse about passing around a spy video of a female coworker alone in her hotel room. She said, adding, "I would in no way suggest that the way the comments came to light should grant a free pass on them being hurtful to other people." And if you remember, this is the same ESPN who allowed a female reporter, Erin Andrews, to be spied on by some peeping Tom when she was in a hotel room by herself. And that video got out and surfaced all over social media of Erin Andrews naked and somebody looking through the peephole recording her. So ESPN been messy. But let me know what you think in the comments. Rachel Nichols, should she resign after these comments get out? Or Was she just telling the truth? Do you think Rachel Nichols is racist, or was Rachel Nichols just pointing out a fact about ESPN, trying to cover their tails for not being as diverse as they should be? Please let me know in the comments how you feel. Like, comment, subscribe, and please share this video with your friends. I'm out.